Hi, I'm Suzanne Foster, founder of Adventure Financial. I'd like to take a few moments to answer some questions you may have with these upcoming changes that we are making and how these changes will impact you. And I want you to know these changes were not taken lightheartedly. They were about you and how I can better serve you. And also, in addition to that, there will be some new technology that should be easier for you to use. I'm going to be integrating a new calendar system called Calendly. We'll send you a link, and if for some reason you need to reschedule, you can just click the button that says reschedule meeting and reschedule the meeting on your own. To simplify contacting us, we now have 1-800 number that you can both call us on and text us on, and that new number is 888-238-7898. Or just remember the first three letters of Adventure, ADV, and then Suzu, SUZU. We're going to have a new user-friendly phone app where you can look at and review all of your accounts. And my hope is that you're going to have statements that are easier to understand. And I'm also very excited for those of you who want it to be able to integrate more personal values into your financial planning and investing. And I'm also super excited to announce that for those of you who have accounts over $250,000 with me, your financial planning fee will now be included as part of your investment fee, so you won't be paying two separate charges. Let me address some additional questions that you might have. Who are these new companies I've chosen to work with, right? It's a fair one. Well, One Ascent is a registered investment advisory group, or an RIA, and I've chosen to work with them because I can see their focus is on serving the client-advisor relationship and understanding how important that is. They will help me to keep up with government compliance, along with being a support system to help keep me up to date on ways to serve you better. Their leadership team has well over 100 years collectively experience serving clients, and I can tell that they love people. I've chosen Fidelity to be the custodian of most of your investment accounts, with examples being IRAs, if you have a trust account, simple IRAs, 403Bs, Sept IRAs. Think anything where we're buying stocks or mutual funds, ETFs, and closed-end funds. Those will be housed at Fidelity from now on. And lastly, PKS is a broker-dealer. So they will be serving those of you who have 529 plans, annuities, life insurance, and long-term care insurance. I'm sure one of your questions is, Suzu, I don't like that you're not watching my accounts this very second. How do I fix that now? Let me tell you, this is probably the part that I hate the most about this transition. In order for me to serve you back as quickly as possible and for us to keep your plan integrated with your investments, I ask that as soon as you get an email from DocuSign, and it will be from Fidelity, that you please sign that paperwork right away. If you get a packet in the mail, please sign it right away and return it to me. Depending on your product, you will either get an email or paper to sign, or possibly both. Let me stress, the fastest way for me to be able to serve you quickly is if you have questions and if you get stuck, please call us and get the paperwork signed. Anita and I will be working additional hours and monitoring the phones and email, and we'll get back to you as fast as we possibly can. There is a small chance that you will be contacted by an Ameriprise representative over the next week if you haven't already. Please let them know that you are in the process of completing paperwork to keep Suzu as your financial advisor. Will there be any cost to me to move my accounts? My intention is for this to cost you absolutely nothing. Fidelity has agreed to cover any transfer fees that you may be charged from the previous firm, and I will be watching these very closely and proactively, making sure that your accounts are refunded right away. As a precaution though, when you get paperwork or any kind of documentation showing an account closure fee or a transaction fee, please forward that on to me and I will double check it for you. We will be communicating with you via email every step of the way. An additional thought I'm sure some of you have is, you say, I use my account to pay my bills, I use the debit card, I use the checks to write, to pay my property taxes and things of that nature. I don't want any of your checks to bounce or your debit card fees to bounce or any of those things not to happen. So I have thought this through already. So with those of you who have accounts where you are using your accounts in that way, we're only going to take part of the funds over, and I've left enough in the account so that you can cover most of your bills for the next 2 to 3 months while Anita and I work with you to transition all of your bills and checks to your new Fidelity account. Another question I'm sure you have is, what if I need the funds right away, Suzu? Well, as soon as your accounts are at Fidelity, I will be able to transfer funds to you just like I've always been able to. And if anything, sometimes I can transfer it even faster than I used to. So I do ask again to stress, please, as soon as you get the electronic paperwork, sign that as quickly as possible so that I can take care of you right away. Another question might be, well, I have money automatically deposited to or from my checking account, from my current accounts. As soon as your accounts open, I will be sending out a second round of signatures, and that should be almost the same day within a few hours, so that we can set up the new money movement systems. You'll see your accounts are already established. We just need to establish the systematic movements. And I will make sure that that is taken care of right away for you so that there is very little, if not any, disruption to any of your savings or income needs. Another question is, what if I have a RiverSource term life insurance policy or a RiverSource VUL or IUL? As of right now, those products are proprietary to RiverSource. And what that means is that only agents affiliated with RiverSource directly can hold those for clients, or RiverSource themselves. I have these policies as well. They are still good products. So I will work with you in order to make sure that those are taken care of properly. And we're establishing systems so that they're not forgotten about in our overall financial plan. Because if we used those products, they're an essential part of taking care of your family. And I want to make sure that that's continued to be honored. I know this is a lot of information and a surprise for many of you. And I think you know me well enough to know that I am doing this for your best interest. And I want you to know that I am very grateful for the 17 years that I've served with my previous firm. It was clear that it was time for a change. I care for each and every single one of you so much, and I look forward to serving you in a way that I've dreamed about for years. And this change is going to help present those opportunities to me and to you. If you have additional questions, we have Zoom meetings coming up on Wednesday the 15th, Thursday the 16th, and Saturday the 18th. Please see the email that this video is attached in with the specific link and the times, and I can answer additional questions for you. Also, feel free to email me those questions. I can address those in that Zoom call, and just make sure that they're available for everybody, and also answer you in an email if you want that. So, okay? I hope you have a blessed day, and thank you for your trust.